Welcome to Bay Focus. So glad you could tune in today. While you want to stay tuned, call a friend. We are going to take you to two different nations of the world today. We're going to feature a ministry in just a few moments called Black and White for Jesus in Haiti, and how they are helping children that are in need there. So many different situations there, including orphans and neglected children, and doing so much for them. And you want to stay tuned and hear about that, because anything to do with children, you know, they're on this show. I absolutely love helping children and families. We're going to start today, though, in this missions-themed show, taking you to Uganda and another incredible organization that is doing so much to help children and families, and it's called Kids Inspiring Kids in Uganda. And we have with us the co-founder, Nicole Mills. Thank you, Nicole, for coming on.
Me.
I have to say co-founder because we have to mention your mom.
Yes.
Your mom, Tommy Mills.
Yes.
Helped start this organization many years ago. And I want you to give us the background, because you do a lot of different things in Uganda, and we're going to get into that. But tell us a little bit the history.
So I have a twin sister, and my mom was a single mom raising us. And for as long as I can remember, she just talked about Africa. She just always had a heart for it. And so when my sister and I were out of the house, we encouraged her to go to Africa, and she did. She gave away everything she had, packed 2 70-pound bags, and moved to Uganda, and she's been there ever since. Wow. So she's been there full-time for 13 years. And a year after she went there, I went there with her and helped her start Kids Inspiring Kids in Uganda, Africa. So she's pretty amazing.
Yeah, I know. We talked about before we came on, and like, she is the one that just inspires you too, because you are on, and she's over there full time. You go back and forth, but you're over here in the United States too, trying to help keep the funding, the support going.
Right.
You've also had some of the local media and people really latched on with you to really help get the word out on what you're doing. And I think we need to explain it. And in just a few moments, we're going to show a really heart-touching, you know, heartwarming video as well from Uganda.
Yeah.
But I know many people are familiar with Kampala, Uganda. Yeah. So kind of take us from there, where you're located, and why is there a need in Uganda?
Yeah, so Uganda is located in East Africa, and it is about the size of Oregon, and it has over 40 million people in it. So to give reference, California has 40 million people. But we went to Uganda because a lot of people don't know, but there was a war that happened there, and it lasted for over 20 years, and they call it the war the world forgot. And so you have an entire generation of people that have been forgotten and have been born and raised in refugee camps and just don't know any other life. And not only that, but Uganda has a very open door policy when it comes to incoming refugees, and it borders southern Sudan and the Congo and Rwanda and everywhere else. And so we have over 2 million internally displaced persons that are still in internally displaced persons camps, IDP camps, refugee camps. And then we've taken in over 1.4 million external refugees from over 13 African countries. So the largest refugee crisis in the world is currently in Uganda. The largest refugee camp in the world is in northern Uganda. It has over 270,000 people in it,
wow,
and it's growing every day. On average, 2 new refugee camps pop up every month just to take on the influx of refugees that are coming in. And so Uganda, it does not have the funding to sustain this, and a lot of aspects of Uganda are buckling. And so there is this huge need that people don't even know exists in Uganda. And so we're there, and what we're doing is to create a generational impact and solution for these internal refugees.
And you're doing this in a very creative way, in a tall task too, a tall order. I'm going to tell you, this is one of the bigger visions that I've had on when I've had missions organizations. You are actually wanting to build a village. Explain that.
Yes, so we were originally going to build an orphanage in Uganda, but it doesn't really fit with the culture of the people. They're very family oriented, and so you have second cousins and aunties and uncles taking in these kids that have become orphans. And not only that, but over the past year, Uganda has shut down over 500 orphan homes. And so we're building a self-sustaining village to relocate whole family units and placing orphans within those family units so that they can grow up with a family. And it'll be completely self-sustaining. Once it's up and running, it won't need a constant influx of funds. It'll just run on its own through agriculture and farming and livestock and everything that we have going on. So.
Okay, now that is a big part of it. I mean,
Yes.
you're having to bring expertise in,
Yes.
right from all over. So where's this help coming from?
Literally all over the world. We have volunteers that have come from Venezuela, from Austria, from the US, anyone that wants to come and help, because there's so many moving parts when it comes to building a village, whether it's digging wells, swinging hammers to put up physical buildings, PTSD counseling, because a lot of these people grew up in the war, and so they were either child soldiers or sex slaves, and so they have a lot of trauma in their past. There's just a lot of aspects that go into creating this new life for these people that they didn't even think was possible.
You know, we've had a few ministries on here in the network, not only on Bay Focus, but some of our other shows that have gone into Uganda, and that was the first time that I remember the years of Idi Amin. You know,
Yes.
he was the horrible
Yep.
dictator situation there, but did not know that it still had continued, that there was all these issues.
Yeah.
But more and more ministries are seeing the need over there. We're going to come back and talk a little bit more, but I want our viewers to get a look at what we're talking about. In this video, I'm going to let you pronounce that it's where your quarters are in Kampala.
So we work in a specific area called the Banda Acholi quarters. The Acholi are the northern people of Uganda. They faced the most atrocities during the war, and they migrated down into the Kampala area, into this area called Banda, where they set up kind of a makeshift refugee camp. And so that's where we went into, and those are the people that we work with, and we train them up in character and life skills, and those are the people that we will be relocating to this self-sustaining village.
Okay, let's take a look. We have a video that's going to show you this.
You know, I finally realized that this life just boils down to one thing. What's that? It's not about me, it's not about the music, it's about the glory. Listen up, listen up, listen up, listen up.
Don't waste your life, but live your life for a purpose that is bigger than yourself.
Bigger than yourself.
What are you living for? I'm living for the glory. And glory is not fame. Glory is not making yourself a name. Glory is sacrificing for others. It's putting others before yourself. It's fighting for a cause worth dying for. A purpose worth living for. True glory is virtue. And it's not something you can buy. Glory is something you earn. Heroes are not born, they are made for glory.
Broken apart, summer on the road, 10,000 dreams with no place to go. If you give me your heart, I can give you soul. Depth of your love, I'll never know.
Show me your glory. Looking for you all my life. Show me the glory. This is what I pray. There's gotta be more than what seems to exist. Cause we were born to go higher. We were born for adventure. So dare to dream bigger. Because if you don't have a passion worth dying for, you have nothing worth living for. Don't live for the things of this world, they're passing away. But live for the glory that leads to eternity. Glory is grace perfected. And our greatest glory is not in never falling, but in rising every time we fall.
Broken apart, summer on the road, 10,000 dreams with no place to go. If you give me your heart, I can give you soul. Depth of your love, I'll never
I wanna see you face to face. Show me your glory. Show me your goodness, your kindness, your compassion, your love and mercy. Oh, I love you. Show me your glory. This is what I pray. You are my glory. You are my life. You are everything. Thank you.
Wow, if that doesn't touch your heart, I don't know. That just brings tears to my eyes, what you guys are doing. You see this as an outgrowth of your own personal faith too, don't you?
Absolutely.
Working with them.
Yeah, you know, when I went to Africa, I prayed. I just wanted to be a part of something bigger than myself, and
Yeah.
I didn't really know what I was getting into when I asked that. But you know, we're based on Jeremiah 29:11. We have a whole women's group that call themselves the Jeremiah Women because Jeremiah was a prophet of hope, and that's something that these people have never had before. But you know, there's a saying that there's no such thing as an atheist in a foxhole. And these people have lived their lives in essentially a metaphorical foxhole. And so it's really amazing to see what God is doing and the growth. And it has become something bigger than any of us could have ever imagined. But that's how we know that it's God. And so we're really, really blessed. And
I am
it's very
looking forward to
special.
hearing the reports
Yes.
on when this village and seeing that this is really an incredible concept and really could be a prototype.
Yes.
For organizations and ministries, and you operate in both. You operate not only in ministry, but you also operate in the secular world, and that you're getting support from everywhere because they
Yes.
see the need. This is a humanitarian
It's a big need.
issue. How can our viewers help? What are some of the things that you could say would be ways they could help right now?
Yeah, so the biggest thing is financially. It's a $3 million project to get it up and running, and we're doing it completely debt-free. So that's the biggest thing. And then the next biggest thing is we need volunteers. We need people willing to come out and donate their time and their skill sets and the gifts that God has given them to help us make this possible. Like I said, there's a lot of moving parts when it comes to building a village. So all skills are needed and greatly desired in order for this to happen. And we can't do it alone.
Yeah, I think of there's organizations we brought on that do things like fish farming. You know,
Yeah.
set up all these, these ways that people can raise food,
Right.
and do things like that. Thank you, Nicole, and
you.
please give our best to your mom,
I
to
will.
Tommy. She's over there. She's
Yes.
going to see this. Tommy, thank you so much
Yes.
for everything you've done for this as well too. And I hope you can get out there and support kids, inspiring kids. And we're going to put their contact information on the screen for you. Stay tuned. We'll be right back. We're going to take you to another nation next, nation of Haiti. Hello, I'm Darlene Greenlee, and I want you to make room in your schedule each week to tune into Bay Focus. We are going to highlight local events, ministries, concerts. Reporter Brooke Larson goes behind the scenes at some of those concerts and talks to the music artists, local pastors, ministry leaders. Tune in each week. I'll see you on the next Bay Focus. Well, in our travels today, we're going to yet another nation with a ministry that helps children in a very big way. And I'm so pleased to have back with us, it's been a few years, on Bay Focus. Got to catch him when he's here in the States. We have David Wine, who is with us, and he is the founder of Black and White for Jesus Ministries in Haiti. Thank you so much for coming back.
It's good to be here.
Awesome to have you.
Great to be here.
I love it when I can hear of ministries that God is just taking and exploding, and that is what's happened with you since you've been here.
Yes.
If I need you to, because we're gonna be flying here.
All right.
First of all, for our viewers that may not know who you are and what you do, give them the story a little bit, and then give us an update on where you're at.
Okay, my name's David Wine, of course, founder of Black and White for Jesus Ministries, and from a vision, I went to Haiti, took 3 kids in, and I believe we might have had 15, or 6 or 15 last time.
Yeah.
Now we're up to 57. We have 36 boys, 21 girls, and just 4 months ago we opened up a home for disability children, special needs home.
Okay, now these are our homes. These are children's homes.
Yes, they are.
That's what you call them. You don't refer to them as orphanages.
No, we do not, because they call me daddy. And one time I was preaching in a church, and I said, I have an orphanage. And afterwards, I said, like, why are y'all all mad at me? They said, because we're not orphans anymore. We have a father now.
Wow.
Yes.
Oh, you can't do that to me.
That's what I did too.
Oh my gosh. All right, so you've expanded this. And where? Tell our viewers exactly where in Haiti you are.
We're in Lilavoie 23. If you were to Google it, you could see the houses there. We have a boys' home, which we have purchased. We are leasing a facility for the girls' home and the special needs, which we're prayerfully hoping we buy in the next year. And when I go back this next time, we're purchasing property to build a school. A donor gave the money to buy the land. So we're going to be raising money to do a school for the children and the surrounding area children.
Wow, that is, this is amazing to the extent that it has grown. Let's show, because we want to show these children.
Right.
Let's show some of the pictures that you let us have. Go ahead and explain.
Okay, that's some of the boys in the home. We do outreach ministry there, and these are, I'm just flying through these. This is the girls eating. That's our lunchroom there. We have a house designated for the lunchroom. There's a lot of visitors that come. People are welcome to visit us. This is Glenda. She's been 5 times down there. That's my little baby, Sergio. He's 18 months old. The kids speak English. We've taught them English. They play American games. Monopoly you saw there.
Wow.
And these are our beautiful girls, Because, Fanin, Riesling.
Gorgeous clothes. Look
Yeah,
at that.
people don't, and that's one of our cooks, Mimos there, cooking good vegetables to go in the rice. That's the whole gang, I think, minus the 2 babies, and the people give us these hats and things. That's one of our workers. And our bus, we have a bus now. Last time I had a motorcycle. I don't even think I had a truck at that time.
Wow.
And we have water filter systems. We give 600 gallons of water out to the community every day for free drinking water.
Oh,
That's
my
a ministry
goodness.
that we do.
Okay, so you're not only, that's new to me, so you're not only doing things for the children's homes, but you're trying to get out beyond.
Yes, we're reaching out. We reach out now. We have a Bible college we've started down there, and things have really been growing so fast that I literally just wake up every morning and say, okay, God, here I am. I'll go where you want me to go. So I have a saying, you know, we can go into the unknown because God knows where we're going.
Yeah.
Without fear.
Good. That's good.
Yes.
Okay, so you mentioned the homes, and you have the girls and boys, which that's new since you've been here last. You didn't have for both. You have to be able to have people that help you with this. This was literally something you birthed that God put on your heart, but you've had people come alongside you. Who is helping? How are you doing this?
I basically post the pictures on Facebook. That's how it started.
Yeah.
And then we've expanded out to, we have a website, blackandwhiteforjesusministries.com. And it's just been a faith walk. You know, last time I shared the vision with you about sitting in the pond.
Yeah.
And painting the picture. And God said it's
you know what?
living water.
Say that. Yes. Give the whole thing. I want our viewers to hear
Okay.
that.
I had a vision before all of this. I was sitting in a pond painting a picture. And I asked God, what does this mean? This is the short version of the vision. And I said, God, what does this mean? He said, just keep painting your picture. So I painted a home. I painted children on a dock, fishing. I painted all of these things in this picture. And I looked down in the pond, and a stream started bubbling up in the pond. And it just started gushing water. And God spoke to me, and He said, you paint your picture. And He said, my living water will bring it to life for you. And I've just been painting ever since.
Wow.
Just painting the picture. And it seems like people come on board with us from different places. Someone just donated 2,000 pounds of Skechers shoes for us, for the ministry. I don't even know these people.
And these are brand new shoes.
Brand new shoes.
Wow.
Some are slightly used, but like most of them are still in the packs. And I don't know these people, and God just brings people out of the woodwork, and I'm sure it's just amazing. I can't even explain it.
Well, okay, so now, just in case we have pastors watching, or churches or whatever, that do you also go into churches and minister and fundraise that way? Are churches coming on board?
I do minister. I go to churches and I speak the word of the Lord, and the people are aware of. I'll show a short clip of the orphanage or something, and people get on board with us. It's a total miracle how this thing's going. I can't even, I don't even understand it, but God.
Yeah, and I've seen some of that, and again, I've seen some of you on social media where people are connecting with you and helping the ministry.
Yes,
but you're a non-denominational, interdenominational,
yes.
independent ministry that people can support and get behind financially. All right, tell us a little bit more about the children. Tell us about Haiti. Tell us what you're dealing with there and where are these kids coming from?
A lot of these children have come from the street. A lot of them have come from places because of the earthquake. Their parents died. There's different situations. A couple of the boys came in there. Their parents were blown up in a fire that was in Haiti. Several of the girls were just beggars in the street. The parents had them in the streets, or the family had them in the streets. And so even though some of them may have a mother or a father, the life was so terrible, and the parents had them begging in the streets that someone saw them and they brought them to us. We've brought in kids from the hurricane that happened last year, that their parents were killed in the hurricane, and the police have brought kids to us. Each child has such a story, and I believe that God has such a destiny for each one of them, that we're instilling character and integrity in these children. Maybe come from 100 years of just terrible poverty, that God's changing their name. You know, God's a name changer.
Yeah.
And I believe He's changing the names of these children from poverty to prosperity. I believe we're teaching these children to come out of that and move their country in a different direction.
So how does a normal day go for them? I mean, how does it stack up? Do you have like classes too?
We send them to a private school right now. That's why we're wanting to build a school. It's a big expense to send them to the school, but they get up just like kids here. They get at 5 o'clock in the morning. I'm down there 9 months out of the year. I'm up at 4:35 in the morning, going in, wake up kids, wake up kids, and then I send the guy over to the girls' home, and they wake them up and they get dressed. We have a tutor that teaches them in the afternoon. I have music lessons for some of them who are musically inclined. And then several of the older ones go to the Bible school too, so they're working alongside of the other Haitian people there.
Okay, so you have workers and people that are volunteers that are there in Haiti, and staff.
We have 9 mothers there in Haiti that we pay. We have a social worker, we have a nurse, we have another director. We have a lot of people involved in doing this.
That is...
Plus all the visitors. You're welcome to visit too.
Oh, I know. Yeah.
Come on down.
I have to choose between Uganda and Haiti here. I don't know if I could do that.
Just do both.
I'll do both. I know. But no, that's really amazing to see how. Now, what I want to do here, we'll come back and finish out the interview, but I want to show a clip. We have a video of you singing, and you set this up before we go to now. We don't show the whole video because we didn't get to the end, but we take a phrase of the video of you singing. One thing David does is sing, but when I watched this clip to start with, I felt the presence of the Lord.
Yeah, he was
I
there.
really felt the presence of the Lord. And this was just, somebody just recorded this? How did this happen?
Well, I was there preaching in the church, and the kids often sing with me when I go to the services. And I had them up there singing, and this little girl, she just comes waltzing up there. Well, I'm a pacer. I walk. When I sing and when I speak, I pace back and forth.
Yeah.
So this girl just walks up there, and I reach down for her to just see if she's going to cry, and I pick her up, and she didn't cry. So I said, you know what, I'm just going to pick this pretty little girl up and just sing with holding this little girl. So I picked her up and held her the entire song and just sang away. Yeah. And people are astonished that you can just keep going like that, but it's just having so many kids, it's just you get used to it.
Yeah. Well, she was enraptured with you. So we'll take it's just a portion of the song. We didn't have time to show the whole song, but let's take a look at this song.
I felt fire from above. I've been down to that river. Yes, I have. I ain't saying a prodigal returns. Come on, man. And all I know is in Jesus. Come on.
That song just touches my heart. I mean, I just would want to get up there and sing with them. What a precious look at how you are ministering to the kids. And that's the one question I have too, are you really able to get them to lock in to the Lord and spiritually, and that's a real focus of what you do?
Yes, we actually have a church there every Sunday, and then when I'm preaching or going somewhere, we load everybody up in the bus, including Evans. He's our special needs boy in the wheelchair there, and we just go. And I show up, and when I'm going to a church, literally, they're not huge churches most of the time. They have to save about half the seating for us. We show up with 30 or 40. We come walking in, and the kids have learned. We teach them Bible scriptures. Most of them speak English. All of the boys speak fluent English, and so when we have visitors there, they can communicate with them. So what that helps is when we have ministries come, they impart into these children's lives.
Yeah.
And they're growing spiritually. They're growing physically really fast. Kids grow fast.
Yeah, yeah. So they can build on what you're already starting with them, people
Yes.
coming in. How can our viewers help you? We have a few minutes remaining. What are the ways that they can come on board with you?
Well, one of the biggest ways, of course, is financial donations. When you're in the local area, 3 times a year we do drives for different things, peanut butter, clothes, and things. But you can actually donate through our website, blackandwhiteforjesusministries.org. I encourage you to get to know me on Facebook. Our Facebook is a public Facebook, so you can join there and get to know and follow us a little bit. We always have projects going on. Our biggest project right now is we're hoping to build the school over the next year and a half.
Okay.
Because a donor gave the money to buy the land. So I know God's got the money for the school just around the corner.
Oh, that's a big.
That was a
yeah,
big
and when you
blessing.
say Facebook, is the Facebook on Black and White for Jesus?
The Facebook is actually under my name. Just
Okay,
type
I
in
wanna make
David
sure I
Wine.
say that, yeah.
And I think I'm holding Shedlin, one of the little girls.
Yeah, yeah.
And,
All right. So for what I can tell, David, not only has God opened so many doors for you, but there's so much to do yet. I mean,
Yes, there is.
There's a lot coming up. So thank you so much
good
for
to be
sharing, for
here again.
updating us, and keep us posted when you come back here in the area, because I think you're pretty much Central Florida based when
Yes.
you do. When
Yes,
you do, when
3
you
months
come back.
out of the year I come back.
Yeah, yeah. So keep us posted, and I know your heart's been touched by watching this, and I hope you'll help support Black and White for Jesus Ministries in Haiti. You know, the need never ends in Haiti. There is always room for ministry there, and the body of Christ needs to rally. We need to affect these lives in this nation for Christ. So here's how you can contact Black and White for Jesus Ministries, and we'll be right back. Well, I hope you've enjoyed today's program. We've taken you to 2 different nations of the world, Uganda, and then also Haiti today, for kids inspiring kids in Uganda, and Black and White for Jesus in Haiti. I hope you'll get on board and help these groups. They are changing lives. Check us out on social media for Bay Focus, and we'll see you next week. God bless.